What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mark Howard. And you know what we do. We talk Cowboys here. That is what we do. Even when they suck like hell. Anyway, I'm going to keep telling you, they suck. They suck this year. So don't get mad at me about it. So here's the thing. A couple more days, we play Washington. Commanders, the Commodores, whatever the hell you want to call them. We play them. I was talking about before playing them and thinking about losing to them and maybe getting a better place in the playoffs. We'd have to lose out. They'd have to win out. I don't think they're that good. Now, we'll make them look good the way our defense plays, because the defense is doing their part. People talking about we should tank. Why is Dak in there? Don't worry about Dak tanking. The defense already tanked us a long time ago. So it doesn't matter who's in there, quarterback. But I say to you that, would Washington pass us as far as being a little higher up and we get a better draft status? I don't know. Maybe there's some other teams I know looking in the standings we could probably surpass in that situation. So losing could be winning for us by improving our draft position. Man, I want to beat Washington. I just love beating them. There's so many people been talking trash, and I'm ready to get in the ass about it. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Looking at the injury reports and things, looking like Marcus Mariota is listed as questionable. He didn't practice today. We didn't practice Monday, rather. Let me say that. I have not seen the report as far as whether he's practiced today. I don't suspect that he will with the injuries. He's going to sit. They may sit him and see if he's healthy enough to play Thursday. I don't think he's in that situation that if he doesn't practice, he doesn't play. I think between him and Josh Johnson, who was the backup quarterback, they'll make Mariota a game-time decision. He's a veteran and experienced with the team. As far as anyone else, there's no real major hits for them worrying about it, as far as the report so that I've seen, the injury report goes. For Washington right now, questionable for Quinnen Williams with the concussion. I don't think he'll play with that. Donovan Wilson with his injury list is questionable. There's no one else. Kalen Carson listed as questionable with his injury, contusion that he has. Everybody else, as far as injuries concerned, seem to be okay. Javonte Williams is not listed today as someone in the injury report. Maybe the status hadn't changed, so they haven't updated in that sense. Who knows? But that's where we're at with the injuries. Now we're figuring out who will probably play. I'm thinking everybody's going to play until maybe last game of the season, and then we'll see. People want to evaluate some other guys. Yeah, I chose to be outside here. They did the song "It Never Rains." Tony, beautiful song, but they did a little wrong. It hardly rains in Southern California. But this is little gray skies. The water's been coming down a little bit before, and it may come down again, but the clouds are seemingly moving away. So, they come back tomorrow. They're expecting there to be more rains and floods. But anyway, he didn't get into this for the weather report, but I decided to come on outside here, be out amongst the elements. With right now the wind blowing. Hope it's not blowing too much here. So, speaking of this situation here, it's always a big week, always a big time for us with against Washington. Much hated since they were the Redskins, that racist name, and now they're the Commanders. The rivalry has not been as effective in meaning much. Sometimes it has. It was the year with RG3 where we played the last game of the season, which was a meaning who was going to go to the playoffs. That was a meaningful game, and it happens in spurts. I like to see it come back. I like to see it come back where both of us are in contention and fighting each other, even going to the NFC Championship playing each other, Those were fun times when I was a kid. Well, now we lost the time we played them in the NFC Championship, so it wasn't that fun. But anyway, those were exciting memories. I made some money at least. I used to work at the old RFK Stadium as a vendor. But it's not much of a matchup here in the sense you got the second, maybe third string quarterback in, going to play for Washington. It's a possibility that Dallas will probably sit Dak. I haven't heard anything about that, but it may be the situation since our fate is sealed. Dak has been named to the Pro Bowl. Congratulations. So what else is there to prove other than, like Dak said, hey, you came in to play football, you're not going to cheat the game that's paying you and taking care of you and giving you so much. I can appreciate that. That's admirable talk. And I'm not trying to say it's talk and only talk. I'm sure he believes that. Safety-wise, you can't go out there playing half-assed. That's how you get hurt. That's how you lose real time and lose opportunities to turn things around for the following season. So, will they play? I don't know. Should they play? Yeah, they should play. I think they should at least play this game here, and not just because of Washington. If we were playing Washington last game of the season, I would still say maybe save the backups for the last game of the season, like we had done before. We went with the third-string quarterback last year and almost beat them with their starting quarterback. So and we went with Trey Lance, if you remember. My main thing, though, is moving forward. I listened to some things, too, that Jerry Jones said. It almost sounded like he was trying to take some level of accountability, if you heard him talking about the front office decisions. He knows he's the general manager making front office decisions. And is he really coming down to a point where he's accepting more and more responsibility, or not? You know what? Let me change that. I'm not going to say that he doesn't take responsibility. I think he definitely takes responsibility. You don't get that far without being self-accountable. I think has he finally realized that, and it's way too long that he should have been recognized this, is that the way he's going about it has to change. The old adage, doing the same thing over and over again, looking for a different result, is the definition of insanity. And I think we've long referred to Jerry Jones as being insane in the first place, and certainly on these football decisions. We'll see. We'll definitely have to see on that situation. I'm hoping, looking forward, that maybe they'll change their minds, not go too extreme, but a healthy balance of now going into free agency. Haven't been going into free agency for the past 10 years. Let's get into mixing free agency with the draft picks. We got 2 first-round picks. Looks like the best pick is going to be our pick. Green Bay is likely to make the playoffs. It would be neat if they lost both games now. I almost got to cheer against Green Bay so they can get a better draft pick. My only other thing, too, with the 2 picks, do you want 2 first-round picks, or can we package those 2 first-round picks and create a higher first-round pick for a player that can really change things around? What do we need? We need defense. We need an edge rusher. We need a killer edge rusher. Do we want to go with a rookie edge rusher? Or can we even use those draft picks to package in a trade to say, get Myles Garrett, somebody who's really tough and maybe wanting to win? I was looking to see if we could trade. When they was talking about making a trade in the trade deadline, I was glad to get Quentin Williams. Don't get me wrong. As far as next best thing, Quentin Williams, a run stuffer, along with Clark, that was a hell of a pick. What I'd like to see us do is now see if we could get someone top shelf defensive end who is a game wrecker. We need a game wrecking defensive end. Jadeveon Clowney is not that. He never was. He never was that. And I'm not disliking him, but we need to improve that as far as the pass rush. Because here's the main thing for us as far as the secondary. I don't care what kind of secondary you got. If you got a pass rush that gets up in that quarterback's face, along with some run stuffers that we got now, secondary can lay down on the field because the quarterback is never going to get the ball to the receiver. That's the thing I'm looking at. And then still adding to corner. It always helps to have corners that don't lay down on the field and maybe with that good defensive pressure can create turnovers as we've done before, and create better opportunities for the offense. That's very, very powerful. That's the way we want it. Don't know how much that'll happen. Will remain to be seen, and people will look at possible draft picks. There's some good defensive ends coming out this year. There are some very, very good prospects of defensive ends coming out this year. But I think we should go the veteran way, get a good veteran that's in their prime, that's got the experience, that is definitely a game wrecker, and would vastly improve. And then we can forget about number 11. We can truly forget about number 11. Godspeed to him. I hope he gets healthy soon. I know he will, but suffered an injury, big injury there, and that's just there. Anyway, I'm going to keep this a little short. I just went, instead of doing little shorts, I just kept this statement here for the game. We see it. Again, their offense is not very strong, but our defense helps offenses out. They help them out very bad. They help them out very well. They do a very excellent job of that. So, can we find a way? Can Flus find a way? We'll see. Anyway, that's it for me today. Again, keep it, hit subscribe if you're new, come and checking it out. Share the podcast. Hit like. Tell me how you feel. Appreciate all of you guys, man. It's Mark Howard, and you know what we do. We talk Cowboys here. We'll be at it tomorrow.